What's up, y'all? I'm still out here at the range doing testing, as you can see behind me. Such a nice day out here. I'm making the most of it for sure. It's been a fantastic day out here to do some testing. As y'all can see by the title on this one, we're doing a rematch of a test that I did last week, I think it was, between the SIG V-Crown 124s and the SIG M17 V-Crowns, the plus P version of it. In that previous test, I used a 3-inch barrel 365, and we saw virtually no difference in those rounds as far as speed or performance. The standard pressure was actually a hair faster than the plus P were. I got quite a few comments on that video. For some reason, people seem to think that a longer barrel is going to make a huge difference on that. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I personally don't think it will. I think you might see a little bit of difference, but I don't think you're going to see anything drastic at all. I just think those plus P rounds aren't as plus P as they make themselves out to be. So what we got here is the jelly contraption. Got my chrono, got 2 blocks of gel. Now I've done several tests, but I flipped it around, so this first block up here is completely clear except for little pieces poking through there, so we should have plenty of room to test this. And again, we're running the SIG V-Crowns, the 124 standard ones here, 124 jacketed hollow point V-Crowns, and then their M17 version, their NATO plus P V-Crowns, 124 grain. Now as far as the tool on this one, we're stepping it on up to the Canik TP9SFx, 5-inch barrel out of this. It was either this or my P80, which is a 4 1/4 inch barrel. I figured if I had to use the 4 1/4, y'all still tell me it was too short, because the actual M17 SIG handgun is 4.7 inches. So 4.7 inches, and this is 5 inches. So like I said, I don't think there's going to be that much difference here at all. There may be a little bit of improvement, but I don't think it's going to be anything significant. But some people seem to think they will. Let's see what happens out here. Let me get this stuff set up and let's get at it. All right, y'all, let's get us some speeds and see what happens out here today. I'm even going to go above and beyond. I'm going to give y'all 5 rounds of each one of these today, because I don't want any question about the results we see here today. Whatever we get is what we get. I'm gonna start out with the standard pressure first, so let's get 5 rounds on these things. 1187, 1181, 1182, 1177, and 1208, so pretty consistent on those. Let's go check out the average. All right, so the 5-round average on the standard 124 V-Crowns is 1187 feet per second. Let me switch over to those plus Ps and see what we get. All right, y'all, here we go with 5 rounds of the M17 plus P 124 V-Crowns. $11.91, $12.19, $12.23, $12.04, and $12.05. So we definitely got an increase on that, but let's go down there and check the average to see just how much. All right, so the 3-round average on the M17 plus P 124 V-Crowns was 1,208 feet per second. And if you remember on the standard pressure, it was 1187. So you're talking about 21 feet per second difference. That's what, 2%? 21 feet per second difference is absolutely 2% is insignificant. Is that plus P? In my opinion, that is certainly not considered plus P versus the standard pressure, but let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Let me get this reset and let's see what that equals in the gel. All right, y'all, it's Does It Matter jelly time. We're gonna start out with the 124 standard pressure V-Crowns and see what we can get down here in the gel. Here we go. All right, pretty good hit, a little bit more to the middle than I wanted, but let's go check it out and see what we got. All right, that one did very nicely like V-Crowns always do. Let's check out this M17 plus P 124 V-Crown. I'm gonna try to put it up above that other one. I'm probably pressing my luck, but we can take another shot if we need to. I think I put that almost in the exact same hole. Let me go check that out. All right, y'all, if I could group that good out on targets when I was actually trying, I'd be something else. It happens easy in this gel, seems like, but they got their own separate wound channel like usually happens when I get close like that, and you can see them and we'll take a look at them, but I want to just separate it just to make sure, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna try to go high and right on this thing. There we go. That's where I wanted to go the first time. That ought to be perfect. Let's go down there and check it out and see what we got. All right, y'all, let's take a look at what we got here. I'm gonna have to give y'all some different angles so you can see that standard pressure good enough. It's behind this other M17. So standard pressure is the one down here that's got the bubble around it. The M17s are both of these that are shorter than the standard pressure. As far as wound channels, great wound channels on all of them. This test isn't really about which one of these rounds are good or bad. I think V-crowns are good, period. But y'all know what the test is about here. But excellent wound channels on all three of these. They're almost identical in size. I'll show you from some different angles as far as the sizes of them. From above, you'll be able to see the standard pressure even better. As far as expansion, it's hard to tell, but we'll pull them out and see. The plus P's might have expanded a hair more. They might have peeled back a little bit further, but like I say, we'll pull them out here and find out for sure. But first, let's get the penetration measurements on them. The standard pressure is out here at 15¼ inches. Looks like it rebounded back to about 14 3/4. So 15¼ inches of forward momentum on the standard pressure. Now the plus P's, the M17s, one of them is out here at 12¼ was the forward momentum on it. The other one is 11½. So definitely much less penetration out of these plus P's than on the standard pressure one. So yes, I mean, so far, like I say, technically you might have got 20 something more speed, but the performance just is not showing. But let me show y'all some different angles so you can check out the wound channels. All right, here we are on the other side. Again, on the top, the plus P, you can see the standard pressure is in front of that other one, and you should be able to tell, if you check it out closely, you can tell where this wound channel is and what part of it is on the backside of the other M17. So if you look at it, it's almost identical, especially like right around in here in this area. Comparing those two, they're almost identical wound channels, virtually no difference. And a matter of fact, the wound channel is bigger out here towards the end on the standard pressure than it is on either one of the M17s. As far as expansion, you can see there, they all look like they expanded very well, but again, we'll pull them out here in just a second. But as far as wound channel, there's virtually no difference in these whatsoever. All right, y'all, let's check out some projectiles here. So these right here, both of these are the plus P's. Now these are exactly the same, like just size wise, they're exactly the same. So I'm just going to use one of these to compare against the standard pressure. Like I say, I can't even eyeball them. They're exactly the same. So I'll just use one of these. And here's the standard pressure here. Now, as you can see, both the standard and the plus P opened up very nicely, but the plus P does have a little bit more expansion. You can just tell, if you look even at that angle, you can tell by the dimpling in the center, it's kind of smoothed out more on the plus P. And then the easier way to tell is you can see how much material is left at the back end. But that being said, I mean, they both expanded absolutely fantastic, just like V-crowns always do. Very little difference in these, but let's get some measurements on them. Now, as far as the weight, it looks like they retained everything. I don't see anything left behind in the gel, but let's check them out. We'll start with the plus P first. Looking at 123.4 on the plus P. And on the standard pressure, looking at 124.2. So neither one of them lost any material in the gel. They kept all their mass. Now, as far as the sizes, like I say, there's a visual difference. There's no doubt about that. So let's check out the plus P. The plus P, 0.621, 0.623, and 0.638. So very nice expansion on the plus P. Now the standard pressure, 0.598, 0.591, and 0.596. So very nice expansion on this as well. You're talking about what, 2 or 3 hundredths bigger on that plus P. So y'all tell me what you think about this. I can tell you my opinion on it. There is absolutely no appreciable difference up in this barrel length as far as getting way more performance out of this plus P. The standard pressure had more penetration. It had almost identical expansion. Like I say, a few hundredths smaller expansion. 21 feet more, for 21 feet per second slower lower on the standard, that is absolutely insignificant. So you can technically, you might can say you were right because you got 21 more feet per second, but the last time the standard got 20 some more feet per second. So yeah, technically you might be right that the longer barrel gave you more, but we might could do this test over again and you may not even get that 21 feet per second. So for all intents and purposes, the longer barrel did absolutely nothing to enhance the performance of this Plus P round. All right, y'all, there you have it, the Plus P V-Crown Jelly rematch. From what I saw right here, my position still stands. That longer barrel had no appreciable difference in getting you more performance out of that Plus P. You had, if I had to choose one of these right here, if you told me which one would I rather have, it'd be the standard pressure all day long. Now, granted, I'll take either one of these. I think either one of these did a sufficient job. They both performed great. But if you asked me to choose right here and didn't tell me anything about them and just showed me the gel, it would be that standard pressure all day long without question. You got more penetration out of the standard pressure. You got just a few hundredths of an inch less expansion. You got the same size wound channel and you got less report. It was noticeably louder with the Plus P. You got less recoil. You got less muzzle flash. I'm sure it's light out here, so I can't really say that for a fact. But y'all let me know y'all's thoughts down in the comments. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of people who will, and I look forward to hearing what y'all's opinion is on this. One of the main reasons I wanted to do this test, to be honest with you, I'm gonna start doing more of these standard versus Plus Ps with the same types of ammo, and I'm gonna run them out of a 3-inch barrel. I'm gonna just be honest with you, and I wanted to make sure that I was thinking right, that longer barrel is not making some huge difference, because whether you want to believe it or not, there ain't a lot of people out there carrying around 5-inch tools anymore for EDC, y'all. It's just a fact. Some people are, yeah, sure, but a lot of people, I would say the vast majority, are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and these 3-inch barrel little micro compact 9s are the way of the world now. It's just a fact, y'all. So definitely look forward to more standard versus Plus P, and they're gonna be out of these 3-inch barrels. But if y'all did enjoy the video, make sure you reach down and hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification icon so you can get notified when I upload these new videos. Check out my affiliate links down in the video description, the Amazon storefront. If you shop through Amazon anyway, hit that link up first, and anything you buy anywhere on Amazon site after going through that first, we get a kickback from them towards the channel, so I really appreciate that. Again, if you're looking for some good ear pro, check out them Axle links. You get some pretty big discounts for going through those links versus going straight through the site. Appreciate the heck out of all my Range Gang members who reached down and hit that join button. That really does help. Thank y'all again to every single person who supports this channel by watching the videos, hitting that thumbs up, subscribing to the channel, and leave me some comments down below. Like I say, let me know what y'all's thoughts are on this test here. I got a couple more tests I'm planning that I believe I can get squeezed into this jelly, so y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for that. In the meantime, stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you soon.